All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I have 10 a.m. here, so we'll go ahead and get started with the Monday morning weather briefing. My name is Alec Butner. I'm with the Weather Service in Wakefield, a lead meteorologist, filling in for Katie today. She is out on training all this week, so there will be someone from our office filling in for her throughout the week this week while she is away. Go ahead and get started here. The main theme for this week will really just be continued dry weather, becoming very warm to hot, and then also maybe looking at the potential for some fire weather as well, fire weather concerns due to the hot and dry conditions. Those main highlights for the week, especially today, we'll be looking at the combination of some gusty winds, continued dry conditions, and low humidity will at least result in the potential for adverse fire weather. There is an increased fire danger statement in effect for a majority of the Commonwealth, minus just some of our coastal areas. And we'll likely need it again, at least for some portion of the state, tomorrow as well. And then becoming, and I'll show some more details here in a minute, but becoming very warm to hot, especially mid to late week time frame, near record highs for many days in a row. For those of us who are east of the Blue Ridge, multiple days of 90 degrees or higher are possible coming up here. I'll be feeling like July versus April. And then just looking at the drought as well, the outlook from last Thursday, the drought has expanded with much of the state in that moderate drought and little chances for rain through the week. Maybe as we get into the weekend, we'll be watching, maybe later in the weekend, maybe some potential for rain. We'll see. But that weather pattern throughout the week, you'll just notice high pressure, uh, roughly just offshore and staying in place throughout the entire week, leading to those hot and dry conditions. We do have some fronts off to the north and northwest that try to push closer to the state, but that high pressure will be strong. Very little in pretty much no chance for rain throughout the week. I guess maybe the one exception is today. Maybe we see a rogue sprinkle or light rain shower across far northern or far western parts of the Commonwealth, but not expecting that to amount to much, if anything. That's certainly not going to help any drought or really any fire concerns here this week. Again, there is that increased fire danger. Pretty much all of the Commonwealth, minus just some of the areas to the east and some of the maybe some far western areas. But pretty much all of us are in that danger today. Again, those dry conditions and gusty winds are really helping to enhance that today. We'll be watching tomorrow as well for another potential for increased fire danger somewhere across the Commonwealth due to the continued dry conditions. Looking at that 7-day total, the forecast rainfall over the next 7 days here, little to no rain expected. Majority of what we're seeing on the map here is what could potentially fall later in the weekend, maybe Sunday into early Monday morning, but really not much. But the next chance for at least some appreciable rainfall maybe in the weekend. That wind and the humidity over the next few days, certainly the strongest winds today, with wind gusts out of the southwest of 25 to 30 mile per hour plus this afternoon. That combined with the very dry conditions, relative humidity ranging from 25 to 35% across the state, is leading to that enhanced fire danger today. For tomorrow, it remains quite as dry, if not drier, and very similar on Wednesday as well. Very dry conditions. Those RH values, relative humidity values, hovering around 25%. But on Tuesday and Wednesday, less wind compared to what we'll see today. So that may help us maybe a little bit with the at least the fire weather potential. And looking at just the overall soil moisture across the state, a lot of dark reds or red color, orange to red color statewide, and that's just indicating just the very dry conditions, the lack of recent rainfall, outside of maybe just far Virginia Beach and far southeastern parts of the state where there was a little bit of rain about a week ago now. Temperature trend throughout this week. For today, we start out a lot of low to mid 80s east of the Blue Ridge, 70s in the mountains, and then that increasing temperature trend tomorrow and Wednesday, and then Thursday as well, which is not shown. But really, by Wednesday, you're looking at low to mid 90s for a good portion of the Commonwealth, and a very decent chance for record high temperatures and an early season heat wave. I guess one piece of maybe some good news in this is just due to that dry condition, low humidity. But we won't be looking at any significant heat index values. What you see air temperature wise is about what you'll see in regards to your max heat index as well each day. And just stepping through the entire week across the state, maybe a bit of a hint of a possible cool down Sunday into Monday with that next, at least low end chance of rain in that next front. So that's something we'll be watching. But you can just see here very dry conditions throughout the week until maybe that Sunday time frame. But again, none of these chances are overly high, 30 to 40% chance. And then some of these chances you're seeing today are mainly, again, just of more of the sprinkle variety. You're not expecting much in the way of any accumulating rainfall today. I wanted to also just show the record high temperatures this week and, just kind of show pretty much, again, each day, statewide, very good chances for record highs. It could be multiple days in a row. So just showing how significant this early season heat is. Not very often we see multiple, or in general, 90-degree days in April, but multiple days in a row is pretty significant. That drought monitor as well, this again was from last Thursday. There will be an update again this Thursday. I'm sure we will see this expand further, and we will update you as well at that time. But a good portion of the state, roughly 80%, moderate drought, and then that likely only increases as we continue through this week. Again, just a reminder, the spring fire weather season does continue until April 30th, with that open burning prohibited before 4 p.m. statewide. And finally, looking ahead to next week, the theme continues with above average temperatures building back in most likely for next week. And then it does say near normal precipitation chances, but we'll kind of see on that. That with the pattern, it does want to tend to be on the drier side. Space weather, really nothing of concern over the next few days. Low activity. And that is all I have for the Monday briefing. Everyone have a nice day. If you have any questions, feel free to stick around, put them in chat, and I will answer them. Otherwise, have a nice day today.